What's up, guys? Bob here, and this time I'm joined by Brand once again for something a little more different from what we usually do. So, my idea was that every time either both Brand and I, or just I, finish a Let's Play of a series of video games, we're going to just take a step back and reflect on it with a little retrospective. Since today's topic is Clash of Ninja, we both have something to say about it. So, Brand, what's your general experience on this game?
Well, the whole series, to be more precise.
Well, yeah.
I've played all of them that have come out in America, with the exception of Revolution 1. However, I actually have played the original Clash 4, so there's something to say about that.
Oh, shit. Wait, the Japanese one?
Yep.
Son of a bitch. I wish I was talking to you when you played that.
That wasn't any time recently. That was when I was in middle school.
Damn.
So I have a bit of a history with these games, having played all of them since they first came out. I have a bit of a long history with them, but it was the first one you played, and when did you play it?
Yeah. With me, I've been playing this series since I was like 14. I still remember how it went down too. I first moved to Arizona when I was like 13, and then one day, my stepbrothers and stepsisters, which had no idea what the hell anime was at this point, they were still like totally into like Cartoon Network and SpongeBob and all that shit. So one day I pop in Naruto on the TiVo, and they're like, "Holy shit, what is this? It's so cool!" And that's the day I turned my family into weeaboos. So not long after that, they decided to, since both they and I have a GameCube, had to fight them tooth and nail so they don't touch mine. They got Clash of Ninja 2. I was like, I didn't even know a Naruto game exists. So besides like the Ultimate Ninja series, but I only saw like one thing of that beforehand. So I played it. I was like, this is actually really fun. I like this. The cinematics are great. The visuals are solid. The music's solid. The gameplay actually functions, despite being a little on the shallow side at times. I really got into this series. So from there, it took a couple of years, but around 15, I got the Wii for the first time, and not long after that, Revolution 2 was my first real Wii game I got besides Budokai Tenkaichi 2. And that game was just absolutely phenomenal. I just loved it, besides the story mode, which was bullshit to go through.
Yeah.
After that, I got Rev 3 basically on launch day, and it was only a few months ago I actually got Rev 1 for the first time, since, you know, we have Rev 2 and 3, so why even bother going back to the first one?
Story?
Yeah, story. You know, one of my fondest memories is still giving myself an aneurysm over locking Second Stage Sasuke and Ultimate Untitled Naruto in Rev 2.
Nice.
Okay, I keep talking about this, but I should probably elaborate on it like right now. So what happened was the conditions to unlocking it. My computer's doing weird things right now, so I'll have to restart. What happened was I looked up the terms and conditions to unlocking it, and apparently you either had to fight 800 battles, which I didn't know about at the time. I thought it was only the latter option was available.
Oh, so it's kind of like unlocking characters in Super Smash Brothers.
Essentially, yeah. It's either that, or you beat the final mission for both Second State Sasuke and Ultimate Untitled Naruto on the highest, just beat him flat out, and since they're both on the highest difficulty, it's on like a really fucking hard, you know, super armor, high attack stat, they can't be killed unless you use super on them, you know, the good stuff. And you have to get special Jonin rank or higher. Needless, I managed to somehow, by some stroke of luck, pull it off. And when I did it, I still didn't get the characters. And from there, I noticed I was so, like, livid inside, but I didn't, like, show it externally. No one was at the house at the time. So then I just feel some, like, warm liquid running down my nose. I'm like, why the fuck am I bleeding from my nose right now?
You aren't kidding, are you?
I'm not kidding. I would not make this shit up.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so needless to say, it'll be a cold day in hell before I'm done playing my Wii version of Rev 2 before I get done with everything I have for it. All of that being said, could totally just pull open GameFAQs and download a save file for it if worst case scenario comes to worst.
That's generally what I do.
Totally not what we did for Bleach Shatterblade, by the way. Definitely not.
It doesn't matter. All we showed off is the story.
Nah. No, dude, you gotta keep it with the loser, man. It's all part of the joke.
In any event, yeah, my history with the series is actually about as long, if not a little longer. It's funny, the history of the series for me goes actually pretty much back to game's launch as well, and almost I think as far back as Naruto's launch on Toonami in 2005 in general.
Damn, you've been into this for a while.
You see, the funny thing is, I'm one of those people that even as a kid, I knew what anime was, but I was selective about what I liked and what I didn't. I was really fucking into DBZ, and when I first saw Naruto on TV, I saw literally the second or third episode. So when they're still at the school doing stupid shit, and I thought, why the hell do people like this? I hate this stupid shit.
Yeah.
And then about 6 months later, once the Chunin exams arc start, the whole Naruto craze in 2006 really started in full, and my elementary school went insane. It was like, fine, I'll give it a look. 20 episodes in, Zawaza, everything happens. Awesome. All right, this I can get down with. I bought Clash of Ninja 1. It's fun. I remember this specifically. So I got a GameCube 2006 for Christmas, and I got it with Melee and Double Dash. And I really didn't like how Double Dash handled, and Melee's story kind of bored me. Mind you, this was because I didn't know anything about how really supposedly in-depth it is, and really I don't, so all the people's hype for it doesn't make sense to me. Moving on, I traded them in together, like, immediately to get Clash 1, and I played that the first day, and no one was home that day, so I was able to be loud and have fun and be like, yeah, because at that point, that was when I was in the tip of my own Naruto craze. I was buying the headbands and shit. Like, you could go to Hot Topic and actually buy the headbands.
I'm so glad I never had that stage. I was just kind of like more passive about it until stuff really started getting into it. I was like, oh, okay, I like this. Not as much as DBZ, but I still like it.
Well, this was like the 6th grade, but everyone was doing it.
Yeah.
So it was like, if I don't hang around with these people who even remotely accept me, I'm going to be lonely for an entire year.
Yeah.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, that's true. Of course, I was usually the kid in middle school who had no friends whatsoever. So it was just, and I was a poor boy, so I never bought any of the memorabilia outside of like an occasional game, and that's it.
That, and I didn't, and this wasn't high school yet, so I didn't have an iPod or a PSP to virtually ignore every person in the universe.
And then come until 2 years later.
But so I got the game, and I was really loud and really fun. I was wearing the headband because, like I said, I was a crazy little 13-year-old, and I mean, not the good kind of crazy. I played, I had fun. The characters they handled relatively well for one of my first experiences with a fighting game outside of Mortal Kombat trilogy.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I had very minimal experience with fighting games prior to those, and the DBZ games. So
I'm Melee the same way, because the only fighting game I had as a kid was Melee, and that's it.
So I played it, and I had fun, and I realized, wait, I didn't even get home half an hour ago. How is the game already over? What? So I got bored and curious, and I just started going through all the other modes, and all the 2 other characters just unlocked by themselves. Like, sweet. The hell do I do now? So then literally, and I shit you not, literally 2 days later, and this is when GameCube games were still $40.
Oh god.
2 days later,
they're still $40.
I meant new. 2 days later, I bought Clash of Ninja 2.
Good.
And I played it, and I was loving it because at that point, at least for me, because I didn't know what the hell was going on, the game was like 3 hours long, even though really it's only maybe 45 minutes, if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, if you skip the cutscenes, you can get it done like 20 minutes flat.
So I played it, and I loved it, and because the gameplay was so much better, so much more refined, there was easily an extra 15 characters. I had so much fun with it, and I remember the story mode. I remember some parts of the story mode kicking my ass, like those last battles with Gaara, how fucking dodgy he is.
Yeah, I forgot how rough those were when I got back into it for the Let's Play. I was like, oh shit, Gaara's actually putting up a fight. I have to actually try now.
Yeah, he really hammers your ass. And I also like to make a point that because I was crazy and I didn't know what people liked, I actually made it somewhat of a habit of embarrassing myself with it. I thought whatever was on TV that people liked it at my elementary school, people liked in general or at all. So I thought that was a thing everyone liked. So this one day, when I think I was in the middle of 6th grade, I was playing it at my house, and my older sister, who was a sophomore in high school at the time, comes home, and she has like 3 of her friends, and they're walking in as I'm playing a game with the gear on and all the crap, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna keep playing. I don't care if you want to watch TV. I don't want to care if you want to watch Mean Girls or whatever movie was popular at the time. Just nope. And so they actually sat there watching me play the story mode for like an hour before they finally like pushed me out the room. I kept telling them it'd be over quick. I was lying to them, of course, because I just wanted to keep playing. Because that was the best TV in the house, was in the living room. So they just watched me play for like an hour and a half.
Nice. Have to show off your mad skills.
Indeed.
If someone were watching me play the game nowadays and I was just like playing Rev 2, I could probably just put on a pretty good spectacle, just blow their minds with it. But yeah, since I have my own TV in my room now, after so many years, I think I don't have to worry about that anytime soon.
Yeah. But I played the story. I played Obero. I played all of that.
Yeah.
And
I think this is more for me, but I have mentioned this in my Clash Ninja 1 playthrough, but literally before I did the playthrough, I only bought the game like a week beforehand. I've literally never had Clash Ninja 1 beforehand. I went Clash Ninja 2, Rev 3, Rev 1, and then finally the first game. As soon as I looked up a playthrough, like a full playthrough for the first game, I was just like, wait. I Skyped Brandon. Hey Brandon, is this game really only fucking 20 minutes long?
Yes.
And I was just like, I could do this blind. I'm probably not going to because I want to like have a believe it counter, which I did. But yeah, no deal. Probably the thing that gave me the most problems with it though was actually unlocking the characters, because that was some major bullshit. Actually having to do it was like completing each character's arcade mode like twice basically in order to actually get them all. And then once you got the characters, they're so underwhelming compared to like Clash Ninja 2 where they've received so many unique moves. I was like, it's kind of lame.
Yeah. But it's funny, Clash of Ninja 2 was the first and probably most game I've ever actually looked into looking up combos on GameFAQs and the internet and shit, because I thought the combat was fun, and so I really wanted to learn how to do shit. And it's like every combo video ever in the year 2006 was all about how to smash characters halfway across the screen in Village Gate level with Rock Lee, and then
come on, that's easy stuff.
And then get your ultimate activated. Hold on a sec, I think I'm getting a call. I'll be back in 1 second.
That's quick. Well, I guess as long as he's getting caught, I should probably keep going with my experiences. So man, Clash Ninja 1 is just like it's like so bare bones compared to the other games. Just like how they added a shop in Clash Ninja 2 just set its apart so much compared to the first game. Even though that being said, if you add a shop mechanic to basically anything in a game, you're automatically gonna get a shitload of replayability out of it. But outside of that, I can't really say much is better about the first game that is not in the second game. You back yet? Okay, the silence is done. I'm gonna say it's a no. Where do I go with train of thought? Brandon was completely carrying a train of thought there. Sheesh. What should I keep going? I guess I should start talking about the graphics though. The graphics, honestly, have not changed except for when you make it a jump between Clash Ninja 2 and Revolution 1. Because for the first two games, they're basically running off the same exact graphics engine. Wait, what?
Don't jump into that without me.
Well, what I was supposed to do is just sit here for 30 seconds in silence?
Now maybe talking more about Clash too. Don't jump into the Revolution games yet.
I'm not jumping into them. I'm just talking graphics-wise.
But I wasn't finished with my history.
Well, I'll just get a quick overcast of the games. I'm just saying that there's like not much of graphical change between the first two games as opposed to making a jump to Rev 1.
That's true, actually. They generally stay the same, and even after the transition to the Wii, they generally look exactly the same. I think you might get slightly better hair textures and whatnot, but generally speaking, the graphics do stay the same.
For the most part, yeah, but they get highly polished once they hit the Wii.
Well, it's still running off the GameCube's engine, so...
Yeah, true. Even though the GameCube engine still was the most powerful amongst the original three consoles. Which, when you put it in perspective, makes the jump between the GameCube and the Wii not as impressive as you think it would be, because the Wii is the least powerful of the next generation consoles.
Yeah.
So, any more history you want to cover for Clash 2?
So, like I was saying before I left, I looked up combo videos and stuff of how to smash characters halfway across the screen with Rock Lee.
Which is not hard to do, by the way.
I know, but smash them all across the screen, then follow up with his... with his 8 inner gates attack, and then get that time right.
Let's see.
And then do a
Up
whole bunch of other
BBA, up BBA, X, done.
I know, but mind you, this is something that took me like 1,000 tries because I was like 13 when I was doing this for the first time.
I was doing this while I was 14 by complete accident.
I know I discovered a lot of combos by accident myself, but then, so then that happened, and then I had that on the GameCube for a while, and then I sold off my GameCube with a whole bunch of other games to buy a PS2 and get Tenkaichi 3, and
Yeah.
that was a moderately good upgrade. When I was in middle school, I think in my second year of middle school, I had this one friend who was also really into the series, who had a GameCube and had this thing I think called, I forget what it was called specifically. I think it was called a freeloader. It's something for the GameCube and the Wii. That's a disc you put it in there that makes it so you can play imports on there.
Oh, those things, yeah.
And so he had it, and so he had a copy of Clash 4. And I remember playing it so long and having for like so many hours that day. Like he didn't even care that I was still there. Like he would go off and watch TV or be in the other room.
Okay, I have a question.
What?
Did you manage to play as a Sound 4?
Yes.
Fuck you.
The guy had all the stuff unlocked.
God damn it.
And
I want the Sound 4.
And most of the characters control beautifully. And the best part is, I think it was in Clash 3 specifically, they added this mode where you have a full 3-on-3.
Oh,
6
yeah.
characters per battle.
I think it was Rev 4. I think it was Clash 4. They actually implemented the 3-way team attacks also. So like Itachi would fire off Susanoo, and Kakashi and Sasuke would do lightning blade on him.
Yeah.
Which watching watching Amaterasu, I said it's Susanoo the first time I just realized this. Watching Amaterasu in the original GameCube engine just looks really weird. Like it's just like a bunch of black and red flames. It also looks like they're getting hit with the Getsuka Tensho.
Kind of. But yeah, control is great. Having all the extra characters and having a truly long story mode with a bunch of extra levels too is great. Like they have, for some reason, they have levels from the Sand Village before the Sand Village was ever even really seen.
Yeah, they have this one level in Tyson 4 also that's basically like a frozen ice level. And I listened to the soundtrack like entirely, and I heard this one track that wasn't in any of the original Clash games in America. I was like, holy shit, this is like really cool. It's Frozen Waterfall from that game, and I absolutely love that track. It just disappoints me that never made it to the States, along with Sound 4 and Third Hokage.
Yeah, well, the Third Hokage I can take it or leave it. He was really slow.
Yeah, I can handle his little characters as long as they do decent little damage. Like I like playing as Jiraiya, even though he's pretty slow. He just has a lot of good stopping power.
Well, that's different. He's a big guy. He's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
But so after that, though, my experiences were basically blind for a while. In the 8th grade, I picked up a Wii, and like I said, I had Shattered Blade and Tenkaichi 2 were the first things I got for them. I got Tenkaichi 2 by accident, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have much to do with it for the longest time until 2009. I realized, oh hey, there are Naruto games on here. So I went to my local Hollywood Video and I rented, and I looked at the selection: Revolution 1, Revolution 2. Revolution 1 will probably have the story from where I should start with. Nope, I want Rev 2 because I want whatever has the most in it. And I played
absolutely.
it, and then I unlocked all the characters and stuff, and I'm like, I absolutely fucking hate this story. It's stupid as shit. The characters have no motivation, and the hypnotism is absolute bullshit.
Hijacked by Kabuto.
Yeah, so I hated that, but I remember having so much fun in Versus because the characters and everything were beautifully controlled.
Oh, absolutely. Although I'd argue that pretty much everything graphically in Rev 2 were basically like top notch, especially like the menu interfaces and all like the heads-up display and the graphics and the backgrounds and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it looked great, and so I had a lot of fun playing it. And then it's funny because like 3 weeks later, like November 2009-ish, I think it was November, Revolution 3 was released, and I wanted to get it for so long, but I didn't have the money. I had to wait until Christmas to rent it.
Oh,
Christmas rental. I played it, and I played the story, and I'm like, yep, I've been following Shippuden since like 2007. I know what's going on, so sweet, hearing the voices are nice. Well, most of the voices, the ones that aren't Naruto and Sakura, etc., sound pretty good. And the gameplay is awesome. Having the controls were probably the best I've ever experienced. Combos being really fun and really good. Having like 43 characters was just so great, and all the how differently they all control. Because after playing so much of Clash of Ninja 2 and Revolution 2, seeing characters 4 games later control exactly the same was annoying, given that they had pretty much all the exact same characters.
Yeah.
Going into Rev 3 with at least 15 new characters was so nice and refreshing. Seeing all these characters with new moves, new attacks, new combos, and it was just such a blast to play. And then sadly, before I could unlock all the characters and stuff, I had to return it, and then I didn't touch the game for like 6 months, mostly because I forgot about its existence one day.
Oh no, it's okay. Trying to grind to unlock Amo Kakashi is like one of the most redundant, most painful things in the entire series. Right there, we're trying to unlock the aforementioned characters Rev 2, and also Sasuke with Sharingan. Which I guess I should start talking about the more difficult things in the series I've experienced in a little bit.
Yeah, but then it's funny. It's funny though. I didn't touch the games for like 6 months until I was randomly walking into a GameStop in June or July, and I saw half off sale on all Wii games and all PSP games, and so that was like cha-ching. I cashed in and picked up both Clash of Ninja Revolution 3 and Ultimate Ninja Heroes 3 for the PSP.
Hot damn.
That was a good day.
Yeah.
And I remember immediately picking up exactly where I left off unlocking characters. And as I still recall it to this day, some of my favorite and the best characters in not just that game but the series as a whole, Sasori, hands down, one of the best characters.
All the hit stun, all the guard breaks, all the poison. Yeah, Sasori is still pretty busted.
Oh yeah. And then just seeing how much more broken they could make Itachi in each game was a sight to behold.
Yeah, they did kind of mildly nerf him in Revolution 3, but they did give him like so many supers, so it kind of makes up for it a little bit.
Yeah, he has like 4 different supers in that game.
Yeah, essentially. Oh, now his Shadow Clones now cost Chakra, which is like one of his biggest things that completely busted him in Revolution 2 and 1. But that's neither here nor there. As for me, with Revolution 3's roster, I thought it was alright for the most part. I mean, they did kind of make Naruto one of the best characters in the game. Sokka Brazil handled like shit. Kakashi like lost so many of his good traits. I was like, what the hell, dude? He lost like the windmill kick. He gained like, yeah, he's got like a shitload of supers now, but he lost some of his best tools. So I was like, what the hell's going on here? So I look into the roster, and all of a sudden I see this video from IGN. And it was a trailer for Anbu Kakashi. I was like, oh, this is going to be fucking good. I look into it, and to this day, I still cannot 100% replicate the combos that they used in that. Whoever did that video was like so good with Y canceling in there. I'm just like, oh fuck, I'm so jealous right now. And then the grind to unlock Anbu Kakashi began. Jesus Christ. I've only done that once, and I will only do it once.
Never again.
Literally just continuously playing the game over and over again. Luckily, once you unlock Sasuke, you basically won. Because Sasuke, for some reason, became absolutely broken in Revolution 3.
Oh, yes,
Free
he is.
teleports. All day, every day. That's all you need.
He's also actually fun to control, too. It's not just that he's good, it's that he's fun to control sometimes. Free teleports, the fire, some aerial attacks, I think.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty fun to control.
Yeah, he just got like such a hardcore buff in that game. I was like, holy crap. I know he was like really good and all, but I don't think they improved him this much. Shit.
And then let's not forget the brokenness that is the holdover characters from Revolution 2.
What? Which ones are those again?
Toa, Komachi, and Bondo.
Oh yeah, dude.
Let's
talk about Bondo for a minute.
Bondo is the
this
most
motherfucker has a super
ever.
that legitimately gives him super armor. He turns into a Super Saiyan.
He has an arm cannon.
He has an arm cannon. He can legitimately go Super Saiyan. He's got one of the most satisfying supers in the game. He can literally, like, just flat out smack anyone at anything ever. Oh my god, Bondo is like just.
He has a paralyzer.
He is practically the filler character that never got put into the show. Like, of all what if characters that were thrown into the series, he is the best.
Yeah, he's like the best. He's the best broken character they give you. Going from a paralyzer directly into your ultimate.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
Satisfying.
And considering you can use the paralyzer shot just for free, just like keep blasting over and over again, that's the best part. Oh, I don't even know this, but when he gets his trait activated where he starts glowing when he's like low on health, he can just start rapid firing his cannon off.
I did not know that, actually.
I looked into it, and I was like, oh, I can find so many good setups for this. But yeah, fucking Bondo. If there were any character I want to make a transition from the Revolution games into the Storm games, include Bondo. Just really, he is so good.
Yeah.
I guess the only other character I can say that I really found noteworthy in Revolution 3 was Anko, who is noteworthy to me for two reasons. She actually has access to Curse Mark, as like, it's kind of like how Sasuke and Kakashi activated Sharingan. Not so much Sasuke anymore, but definitely Kakashi. Press down X, all of a sudden she starts glowing purple, and she's got her eyes actually have like a light trail following them that's purple. That's some really cool stuff.
Nice.
She's also noteworthy because she has an actual stance and where she just lies on the ground and just like trips people up, parries them. You're going to supers. I'm like, oh my god, she is so cool.
Oh yeah, and then let's not forget that Revolution 3 has the hardest story mode in the whole series.
No doubt. And I don't think I need to mention why. And I'm going to make a video for this eventually where I actually show off how annoying the Deodara boss fight is.
I'm going to be in on that, by the way.
All right. I'll just have to test play it to see how good I can suck at it first, because how the hell... I still don't know how the hell I got to look at my beam the first time around. But, yeah. God damn, Deodara. I mean, the only other one that was really hard... Actually, no, there's like two other ones that are really hard and noteworthy. The first one's Orochimaru from Clash 2, where you fight him with Kakashi. That one's actually fairly difficult if you don't know what you're doing. The other one is my guy from Revolution 2, where holy crap, all the super armor, and he can like kill you in like 5 hits, flat out.
I don't know. For me, aside from the Deodara one, the most annoying ones that I've ever felt are the 2 fights in a row where you have to use the worst characters in all of Rev 3 together to battle Hiruko.
Oh yeah,
Sakura and Chio.
Oh,
Sakura and Chio. Those are the most annoying fights in the game.
Those
more than the Deodara fight.
Yeah, well, not for me, because I actually put like a good half hour to actually practicing with Sakura, and I actually found some decent things she can do. But that's only after I put in like extensive training.
But for those of us who don't have the time to waste, and not from my personal experience, but I've seen some other people play the game in front of me, and it seems like some more of the harder fights are pretty much any of them that involve Kankuro. The one of them that there is apparently particularly hard.
Basically,
yeah.
Why,
but apparently that's hard.
Then again, pretty much any fight in that game is automatically ridiculously hard to fight, such as the My Guy mirror match. What else is there?
Now that one's easy. You just have to find the one combo that trips them up. And then at that point, you're just running out the clock or just doing damage. At that point, if you get the one damage before they do, you pretty much won.
It's still the trick of actually figuring out how the hell you're supposed to do it, though, because at that point, it's just like a matter of trial and error for like 20 minutes.
No, it's not. It's literally just down A, do the leg sweep, and he can't copy it for some reason.
That's true, but you also have to have more chakra than him in order to use the super to kill him off. Because if you run out of time, you lose by default.
You can just keep spamming the leg sweep the whole time.
Yeah, but you need to find some way to lower his health faster than yours, otherwise you're screwed.
The leg sweep is the thing that lowers his health. For some reason, the mirror match can't replicate it completely.
That's not true. I've had it. It's only managed to hit both of us, and that's it.
That and just doing regular attacks to gain your chakra, then immediately going into that nunchuck attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I kind of had a developmental strategy for that one. I only found it annoying until I found a trick to it. Via looking at game facts, and I was like, oh, okay, you can do this. Thank you, game facts. But yeah, that's that. I suppose I should start. Now it's time for. Well, do you have any more really hard things about the series you want to talk about?
Not particularly. Rev 3, for me, just from experience and the amount of time I had to play with it, was, for me, outside of Clash 2, my favorite and the best game in the series. And out of all of them, probably the best game out of all of them as a whole. Most characters, best gameplay, best take on the story they've ever had. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
And, oh yeah, when it works, a decently functioning online mode.
Yeah.
You've had the experience.
I tried it all once, and I felt like I was swimming through water trying to use a character.
Well, your internet connection is terrible.
That is true.
My internet connection is terrible, but I at least managed to make it work. When it works well, it works about as well as the Wi-Fi mode on Brawl works, which can work sometimes smoothly to running through mud.
Yeah, essentially. The only other things I can say that really gave me much trouble were unlocking some select characters, such as Sasuke Sharingan, which literally took me like a week of straight grinding for money in order to unlock. So expect me to post video content of him in the near future.
You got it.
Unlocking Kakashi and the 2 characters from Rev 2. That's about it.
It's funny how much the rumor mill churned out back in the day when the original GameCube games were coming out.
Really, what besides the Hinata one, what did they have going around?
Well, the Hinata one was the main one. That she was a background character in the first game, and that you could actually unlock her, etc. And then my favorite are the rumors that have been churning out since the original Super Smash Brothers in 1997, was it? Whenever the original N64 Smash Brothers rumors. You remember? Did you ever hear or Google any of the rumors about the original Super Smash Brothers that say if you do a bunch of random things, you can unlock fucking Goku?
What?
Yeah, people are that stupid. They say you can unlock Goku in Smash Brothers.
Jesus Christ.
So I remember hearing shit like how.
At that point, I'd be like,
playground...
at that point, I'd be like, show it to me through a game track, or I don't fucking believe you.
Elementary school was a fun time. I remember being in the 6th grade and having 2 other people own the game, and then telling me, "Oh, of course, they unlocked Goku in Clash of Ninja 1." Yeah, huh? You do that. You bring your memory card to my house, and you show me that.
You know, in today's day and age, though, with Naruto and DBZ doing continuous crossovers, it wouldn't be so far-fetched.
Not really, no. I mean, J-Stars, Storm,
Yeah.
Battle of Z, and etc. And even beforehand, a little thing that no one's ever heard of called a little thing, Battle Stadium, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Naruto. That's an actual
good.
game.
That is fun. Otherwise, shortened is just Battle Stadium BOZ, I think.
Battle Stadium DON.
That was it. I was off by a couple letters.
You were thinking of Battle of Z.
Yeah. Close enough.
But so I've had some really fun times with the series and some pretty great memories with it overall.
Yeah.
Playing it with friends as a kid, going against the computer on really hard, unlocking all that stuff, etc. It's all around good times. If you have the money for it, definitely go pick up the older games in the series. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, my favorite is still Clash of Ninja 2 because the gameplay feels so tight for combat and just getting right up into your opponent's face. Like, you don't ever have to worry about Itachi or Kisame just busting through your guard. You can just sit there and wall all day and just wait for an opening and just boom, just go right in for the kill.
Well, to be fair, Itachi and Kisame weren't in Clash of Ninja 2.
They were in Revolution 1 where the guard system was introduced.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
My favorite, though, still is Rev 3, like I was saying.
Yeah.
Gameplay, character, story, etc., all of that. There's not really much else to say about the series past that, outside of the ones we never played.
Now we talk about the Gakuto Ninja Tyson series.
Well, they're the same games, just Japanese.
Essentially, yeah. But they are also basically their own entity, too, because they have like their own like unique games that are not released in America, and also have their own unique characters.
Kind of. If we ever get the chance, we will be sure to get what? No, yeah,
At the very least, Tyson 4 and
hold on. Get the Wii version of a freeloader so you can download games and download old GameCube games to burned discs to play them, because you can't download GameCube games directly to a hacked Wii. It just doesn't let you.
Yeah.
You can
I can't stand surprise though.
You can do Wii games which are twice as big, but for some reason the firmware just won't let you do GameCube games.
Yeah. You can have USB loaders, but that's something else. I think I'm much rather just have the DVD loader at that point.
Just get a functioning DVD loader, burnt disc, and etc. And we'll go from there if and when we ever decide to get on there. Because I want to show the original 3 and 4s, because those games are still really good, really fun.
Absolutely. At the bare minimum, we should at least show Tyson 4, because that's the one that has the most unique characters out of the entire series. Now let's talk about fucking Tyson Special, which is one I want more than anything else.
I almost forgot about something.
What?
Gekto Ninja Tyson EX, or for those of you who don't know, the Japanese Revolution games, or at least Japanese Revolution 3 and onward.
When that game first launched in Japan, there were only like 7 characters available.
The hilarious thing about EX1, and I shit you not, that game released in Japan on the day that the very first episode of Shippuden aired.
It's like they're playing that shit or something.
So it goes literally up to the first 10 episodes. Deidara's there, and I think maybe Hiroko's there, but outside of that, it's literally just the old characters and these two new ones, and a story mode that takes 45 minutes to complete, and that's
Oh,
about
absolutely, yeah.
it. So it's funny, that game had like nothing going for it. It's basically a callback to the original Clash of Ninja Tyson game.
Yeah, this is when Tomy had money to blow on just making new games that had like no characters in them.
It's basically we need to rush this game out there so we at least have the name recognition out there. These are new characters that are here, play them, even though you don't know who they are yet.
Mm-hmm. Essentially, yeah.
Out of the three Tyson games, the best game by far, because it had the most improvements and refinements, is Tyson EX2.
I most know that game. Well, I actually figured out for the first time via this one match video someone had with reverse situation from the series playing, and it was this match between Sai and Sasuke. And that's how I first figured out Sasuke after training with Orochimaru was a playable thing. So I was like, oh, finally, it's about time we got something of this character out in the open. Which, frankly, up to this point in time, nothing had really been shown in any of the games out. And Storm 2 would not hit for like another year or two.
At that point, though, I think we have Ultimate Ninja 5, because that game in Japan came out in 2007.
Yeah. We do have Ultimate Ninja 4, but that came out in like 2007 or something like that.
Actually, wait, nope. Yeah, both Ultimate Ninja 5 as well as EX2 both hit in 2007, whereas Ultimate Ninja 4 and EX1 hit in 2006.
Yeah.
So those series were generally continuous up until 2007, where we hit the last of the Ultimate Ninja games and then jumped into Storm, which people are going to hate what I'm going to say for this, but I think Storm is actually a step back. I don't really well, at least for me, the original game, I'm not terribly fond of it. But that's for another day.
Yeah, that's for the retrospective of the Ultimate Ninja games. But personally, I'll say the Ultimate Ninja games were vastly inferior compared to Storm.
It depends on which game you're playing, because they've shown they can vastly improve gameplay, and they can take gameplay effects away.
I don't know. I've always felt the gameplay in the original Ultimate Ninja games very stilted and not very intuitive in the slightest. Basically, getting through an opponent's guard is either just like you throw a low move or you just throw. And you can't really do anything with a throw either. At that point, it's just like poking your opponent until they die.
Yeah.
Which can take an obnoxiously long amount of time. But I guess that should be until I get to the Ultimate Ninja games.
Yeah. But so, EX3 is actually a funny situation because it's a game that people did not want.
Really?
Well, not necessarily, just the response to it was really negative. It goes as EX2 goes up to Sasuke and Orochimaru and all that. EX3 goes up to the end of, to my knowledge, goes up to the end of the Hidana Kakazu arc. And it does nothing to further the story. It's literally just, it's a basic equivalent of character DLC. It includes 3 or 4 new characters, but outside of that, it's literally basically DLC. It does not expand on the story at all.
Yeah, sadly that was a problem with the EX games in general, I would argue. And then Special happened, and all that did... Alright, get this, guys. EX Special, all it does is introduce, like, 4 new characters. It tweaks Itachi and Sasuke so they have, like, 1 or 2 new super moves. And that's it. And you can import that game for a measly $80.
Or depends where you're going and if that bundle's still available. If not, you can pay a nice little $300.
Yep. Thank you, eBay, for giving me that swell option.
But that game, it might have had some better gameplay and some better attacks, but I think it actually doesn't do much. Sure, you get Sage Naruto, Raikage, Killer Bee, Minato, and the like, but for a game that has Sage, Naruto, and Minato that's supposed to focus on the Pain Invasion arc, there's
no pain.
I shit you not, there is no form of pain and no Conan either.
I just want to mention this one weird mod someone did of Revolution 3 where they threw in a custom Pain model, and everyone thought, oh my god, Pain's going to be in Revolution 4. I was like, when's Revolution 4 going to be out then?
Nice. But it's even worse, though, because because in that game, in that story, they skip over completely Jiraiya's fight with Pain, which skips over a major part of the plot for that overarching season. So that
Yep.
was
To be fair, however, they finally gave Jiraiya a super in which he actually uses Sage mode, and he's no longer using the same ultimate he's used since EX3 or no, Tyson 3.
fine, but even then, the one thing that people were looking forward to in these games, they did not get.
Nope.
People don't care about. Yeah, people care about Sage Naruto, but they don't care about Sage Jiraiya or Raikage or B or whoever. Not yet.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
No, they don't care yet. In the following arc, yes. At that time, they want Pain. They want Pain and all his fucking magnetism powers. They want a 7 and 8, a 6 character boost to the roster featuring 6 different Pains. That was the arc that was happening at that time, and that was what people wanted. At that time, people did not give two shits about Raikage and Killer Bee. They wanted Pain, and people were
pissed.
And people were pissed when they did not get him. Before it was even announced, back when that was still an option in the year 2010.
You know, actually, every character I could ever want to have in a Revolution game, it would, above all else, I want at least Tendo Pain, because he just looks so fun to be able to use with like magnetism powers and his crazy the melee attacks he could possibly have too with the spikes.
Yeah.
That looked like it could have been so much fun. I mean, you say that with Sage Naruto nothing really changed, but I say actually no, he does change the formula of that game quite a bit because of what moves he has access to.
I never said that. I said at first people might not have cared, and then I corrected myself. Oh wait, it's Sage Naruto. Yeah, people care a lot about that.
Yeah, and his gameplay is
change.
like so vastly different from anything else I've ever seen in the Ultimate Ninja game. No, Clash Ninja games thus far. He doesn't regenerate chakra when he hit people. Instead, he has his own super where he can just pop a Chao clone and boom, full health. Of course, it's super risky, so I'm like, this is something I can get down with. And then Minato comes in and just teleports everywhere. I'm like, come on, really? All right. And then Killer Bee and Raikage, I want to drop $80 specifically to at least have them in my collection. Because I don't care what anyone says. I am a massive fanboy for any character from the Hidden Cloud Village. But yeah,
well, just wait till we get that USB loader working.
Yeah, that's good.
Sometime in the next.
Expect me to do weak hubs continuously for that game.
Sometime in the next 6 years.
Yeah, basically.
But at this point, we've basically hit the end of the series as it currently stands. The last game to be released was Tyson Special in 2010 for the Wii in Japan only.
Yeah.
We haven't had anything since, and we've not heard anything about the series making a reemergence on the Wii U. Something I'd really like, because I feel like they'd actually be able to take advantage of the gamepad significantly well.
Yeah, and if nothing else, they definitely need at least some more games to put on the Wii U, and I figure why not have a drop in Naruto fans? Have the entire, well, maybe just like at least Revolution 2 and 3 and Clash Ninja 2, and you're done. At least have those for download, but yeah.
At least give us GameCube classics or something at this point.
Yeah. The last thing I really do want to cover for the Clash Ninja games is always the soundtrack. But
yes.
Not for the first game. The first game it's got some of the stage tracks from the future games, but you know, the story tracks just sound so awkward and different. I'm like, oh man, these are like soulless. And then Clash Ninja 2 hits, and it's got one of the most killer soundtracks I've ever heard.
Yes, it does.
Like, not even speaking as a Naruto fan, not even speaking as like a fan of like GameCube stuff. Just in general, it's got a stellar soundtrack. I absolutely love every piece in that game.
Yes, it does. My favorite song to this day that started in Clash 2, there's been in every game since, is the song that plays, actually almost a little sounds like beatboxing when you first see Orochimaru for the first time in the Forest of Death.
I love that one. That's so silly, but I love it.
I think I can almost do it. Do. Damn it, no I don't. No, yeah. I'm not going to embarrass myself.
Yeah. Revolution 1, I think, was alright in the soundtrack department. It wasn't anything like on terms with Clash Ninja 2, but it's still alright. Then Revolution 2 hits and introduces one of my favorite video game music tracks of all time, Final Valley. God damn, who made that song? That's like the stuff of legends right there. I mean, come on, sweeping violin, drums, guitar, there's no way you can really top that in terms of epicness in any of the Naruto games ever.
It's debatable.
What would you present as a potential contender?
Well, mind you, I haven't played the games in years, so I haven't heard anything that I specifically remember outside of that one song I was singing. But I could probably find something.
I'm sure we could find something, but yeah. In general, I love that because it's a fighting game. It's up against a waterfall with like the final battle between Naruto and Sasuke in the first season. I think that's like so fitting, and considering the stage it's on, it's just like perfect. I cannot get enough of the Final Valley in Revolution 2. And then they got rid of the fucking track in Rev 3, and it's only playable when Naruto and Sasuke fight each other. So I'm like, oh great, if I want to do this, I have to have a Naruto and Sasuke match in order to do it.
Well, contextually, it makes sense.
Well, yeah, contextually. I don't like context of it. Sacrifices for quality, though.
I suppose so.
I'm one of those sticklers who would much rather have a really solid game over a really solid, consistent story.
It's either or, really.
Yeah.
I don't know any particular game that's managed to nail both down perfectly. And if anyone says Storm, I'm going to punch you.
Nah, too long, man. Storm Generations with the best story in the series. Fuck you.
Anything's better than the story?
I can't.
Maybe.
There's not much to talk about with the story for the game besides Rev 2's questionable writing. That's about it. It's fun.
It's a terrible
but
story.
It's fun, but it's dumb. No.
It's kind of terrible that way.
Yeah. At least I will give it credit though. It makes it unique, and it makes it a selling point for why people want to get it. For if not for the story, the what if characters that you'll never see in any other Naruto game. I don't think we even have any other Naruto game as of today that actually has unique characters that were drawn by Kishimoto himself and thrown into the game.
Were they actually drawn by him?
They were, yeah. I mean, you look at Kaguya, and you're like, yeah, she has to be drawn by him. But yeah, seriously, Rev 2, story mode, bad. Characters, good.
It had good stories and good gameplay, but his story was bad.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should probably wrap this up since we've actually gone 47 minutes now.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, actually. This series, if you know where to look, is absolutely fucking full of glitches.
Oh, yeah.
Glitches that can range from minor audio problems to freezing the game
to hey, let's go walk off into the background and literally walk into the sunset.
To running off into the background, to putting your Wii on steroids.
I haven't heard that one before.
The Hidan glitch in Revolution 3 special. That's all I need to say. Just look it up on your own time. I don't even need to say anything.
Yeah,
it's
basically
more than worth it.
I'm totally gonna. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. I'm gonna make a video for it.
It's beautiful in a way.
Yeah, just I'm not filled with other projects I'm doing at the moment.
Actually, I think that's one of those glitches. It also lets you run off the borders.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. You can also leave the skybox too, but yeah.
And the camera is on drugs.
And the camera was no longer a thing.
I think the camera broke.
Lakitu said, "Later, bitches."
Damn it! I was just gonna make that joke.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Actually, hold on a sec. I want to check something on Amazon.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll give like somewhat of an outro. So if you're into anime games, if you're watching this channel, you more likely are, considering the content here. Your Clash of Ninja is definitely probably one of the more fun games you can get out there. I would say it's probably more fun than Budokai 1 and 2, maybe not so much 3. It's more fun than the original Ultra Ninja games. It's just really solid content.
You know what?
It controls
I'm gonna recommend this right now. If you like them, if you like the Naruto games, get them. Go out and buy all of them.
They are fun. They're not necessarily content filled, but they're fun.
Yes, they are. All of the games that have been released in America thus far can be bought on Amazon, used for literally less than $30 or $40.
Altogether?
5 games.
Hell yeah.
Less than $30 or $40. From Clash 1 and 2 on the GameCube to Revolutions 1, 2, and 3 on the Wii.
Yep.
you can get them all for less than $30.
You know,
and I recommend
now that I'm
it
looking
absolutely.
into the games that were released, I'm kind of beginning to theorize as to why there has been no more Clash of Ninja games that have been released as of yet. This is just kind of like going across the board, and none of them is like a concrete proof. But I am like getting my own theories together.
Oh, hold on a sec.
What?
Hey, Tyson Special is down to $60.
Yo.
Go ahead.
Okay. The first one actually is like kind of a cross between a 3 to 1. The first one is because first the Wii kind of died when the Wii U came out. It was a little premature.
Yeah.
So
Well,
no more.
no, hold on.
What?
Well, not necessarily. That's not necessarily an excuse. The last game we got was in 2010.
Well, yeah, but by then the Wii U
years
came out
before
in
the
like
Wii
what,
died.
2012.
What? Wii U came out in November 2012, so we would have had at least a good 2 years to get something out of it.
That's true, but again, that's just like one of the things that's going into it. The second one is the last Naruto game that was released by Tomy in North America, which is Naruto Shippuden Dragon Blade Chronicles. Fuck me running. Yeah, that might put a little bit of a damper into what you're trying to do. And the last one, well, actually, there's like a fourth one. The last one is, of course, EX Special, which is basically just like a small little roster update being sold at full price in Japan. So I can imagine no one wanted to really pick up at that point. And at that point, I'm pretty sure Storm Generations
Actually,
was what?
Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Actually, it's following up the same effect that EX3 had, a game that no one wanted because it was just a roster update.
And
there's really no purpose to it. There was not really any refinement in it.
Yeah, and at this point, I can imagine franchise fatigue would have definitely been setting in, and with something like Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations being at least out at this point in time, I doubt anyone would really want to pick up a Clash of Ninja game since everyone's probably going to be migrating to one of the HD consoles. The fourth one, of course, being is that Tomy isn't specifically a curator of Naruto games, but also a vast number of other anime games, too.
They are?
Yeah, for example, remember the Zoids game for the GameCube I was telling you about?
Oh, God.
They made that. They also apparently make a lot of other things dating back to the SNES. As of late games, I'm not sure what they do, but they've definitely have their hands in a bunch of other anime out there. Oh yeah, they also made a Zatch Bell game too that was on the GameCube, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna do that one anytime soon. I probably will just to pass the time, or because I have to meet a status quo, but that's not gonna be for like 5 years, 6, 7. On my deathbed. I don't know.
Nice.
But yeah, I basically run out of stuff to say about Clash of Ninja games. Clash of Ninja 2 is my favorite. All that good stuff. Yeah. Is there anything I forgot?
Hey.
I have like a list here I haven't looked at, and nope, I'm good.
I look at your list. Well, for anyone who's curious and has anything worthy that can actually handle imports, Gekto Ninja Tyson 4 can be bought for $25 on Amazon.
We should totally import that at some point in the future. Oh God, yes.
That's gonna be a fun one to get to.
Yeah.
That reminds me. There are a series of games on the DS, I think Ninja Destiny games, which are basically DS-styled Clash of Ninja games, and they control horribly because they're on the DS.
Hey kids, you ever want to play a Clash of Ninja game, a 3D fighter with a D-pad?
I stand back all the way back to fucking Mario 64 DS. Any 3D game was not meant for the DS. 3DS maybe because it has an analog nub, but do not play it on the DS. You will want to shoot yourself.
Yeah, at that point, it's no man's land. You're basically screwed at that point.
Maybe that's why nobody liked Kingdom Hearts 358/2 and Recoded.
Well, it was also just dumb in general.
Generally speaking.
Yeah. That'll be for the Kingdom Hearts games.
That's about all we can really say for them.
Yep.
Go buy them all. They're less than $40 on Amazon. If you like the first one at least, you're gonna love the rest of them. They get better as they go, and they're generally just really good, fun games. And it's funny. Oh yeah, this is a bit of a personal thing. You can go to anime conventions to this day, and still see Revolutions 2 and 3 at tournament stations.
I should go there and bust out Itachi and just go to town with everyone.
Seriously, like I was at Phoenix Comic Con last year, and they had Revolution 3 with 4 GameCube controllers, and people were lining up to play that.
Nice.
People didn't give a shit about Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or Street Fighter, whatever. They were all lined up for that.
I hope we have a tournament there so you can record that while I am beating people up in Clash of Ninja.
Well, if you ever manage to get a way to go to Phoenix Comic Con, definitely.
Oh, I can definitely find a way this year.
Good luck with that.
Okay.
No, good luck with that. Ticket prices get more expensive. Each month this year. They're over $60 right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck them.
Alright, if we go, please be in camera so you can show me beating up people in Clash of Ninja.
Oh, I do. That reminds me. There's something I've been meaning to tell you. Because I was actually... I don't mind saying this on recording. When I was at TaiyoCon, because I had like 3 cameras with me, I was talking to a staff member, and they said because I have cameras that they think I'm a member of the press, I can sign up for a media badge at certain conventions and get free tickets for myself plus 1.
Ooh.
So that saves about $40 worth of spending money.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Just need to get some more camera equipment, but yeah, I can do that. But ladies and gentlemen, I think it's about time we leave off for today.
Yeah, unless we start talking about other stuff that we find at conventions, but yeah. Anyway, just go about the games. They're really fun and really good if you're into Naruto.
They're fun. You're going to love them. They're the closest to realistic tournament fighters a Naruto game will ever get.
Yep.
Because people don't like 3D fighters for some reason.
I couldn't imagine why. Tekken.
Get them. You'll love them. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time. We're out.
And be sure to stay tuned for the Let's Play of Naruto Shippuden Dragon Blade Chronicles, because everyone's going to love that.
Have fun.